to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this market, if you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, please hit that like button for me. Helps me grow the channel. Obviously, a lot of you guys have been following me for well over a year now. Some, 18 months, close to 2 years. Those likes are important. Definitely, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Leave a comment in the comment box. I read them every single day. Jumping right into the market. Today, crypto sideways with reddish undertones. So the overall market cap of crypto is under 200 billion now, 197 billion. Bitcoin at 72.69. So this is a Bitcoin 12-hour chart. Let's start here. We just confirmed a bearish MACD cross, which is a sell signal. I'm watching a couple different ideas for triangles here. I mean, just imagine this. If, let's say we break out higher, there's not a whole lot of room for upside. At this point, this is your buy signal for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin breaks out here, that's your buy signal. I'm flipping bullish when that happens. There's a good possibility that, over time we head lower towards 6,000 and potentially just continue in this range. This is a long-term downtrend. We have to assume that it continues until it changes, until we break out. So this is a Bitcoin 1-hour chart. And again, I've got a couple of different trend lines here I'm not real sure of. Really, the key support level is around 7,000, 7,070. And we break here, there's not a whole lot. Look at the VPVR. There's not a whole lot of support as we move lower. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. So we had a bearish cross of the 21 and the 50 moving average previously on the 4-hour chart, and this led to some downside for Bitcoin previously. Now here we had it again, and again, same amount of downside. Now if we did move higher and come up here and retest this trend line, this would be a good indication of further downside. So I'm watching this retest on the 4-hour as well. So remember, we've been talking about this. This chart's from about 40 hours ago. Where you had this kind of double top where you've got a high and then a lower high. As soon as you see a lower high on any chart, you have to be worried about the uptrend. So we were trending higher, trending higher, trending higher. Everything changed right here. This chart, like I said, is from about 40 hours ago. We had a bearish MACD cross at that point as well. And then on the RSI, a high and a lower high. So we've known this is going to happen as far as this move down to 7,200. We're up at 7,500 in this case. So Matic, boy, I posted that video yesterday. Matic got wrecked. Terrible, man. Keep in mind, the most important thing about trading this market, always, every single trade, you have to have a breaking point. You have to have a breaking point, and that's where you set your stop loss. You have to have a stop loss, period. Now, Matic, remember, we were looking for a pullback. I was looking for a pullback, possible entry on a retrace here at 447, 411, 344. I was looking for a handle to form. I talked to you guys about this in a video about 2 or 3 days ago, and I was looking for the handle. What I didn't look for was this, a double bottom. All of a sudden, it turned into a double bottom real quick. Matic, huge sell-off yesterday. Why did this happen? We're going to talk about that. Boy, I had a bunch of fudsters in the in the comment section yesterday. They said, Chris, if you can show us that you sold Matic at the top, we're going to join the group. Listen, how I work is probably don't hold the top. I was looking for a pullback. So this is a December 9th weather check. So I do altcoin weather in the group. So hey, here's an update. Here's how altcoins are trading. Here's what you're going to expect. And this again was at 4:40 p.m. before the dump from Matic, right? All the IEOs dumped on Binance. Altcoin weather check, I stated, cloudy with scattered thunderstorms. You won't be able to trade the altcoins like you have been over the weekend. You can tell people are focused on Bitcoin again because alts aren't popping right now. You only have 2 double-digit green coins on Binance, so altcoin breakouts are going to produce a lot more fake outs or lack of bullish follow-through. It's tough to trade alts when it's like this. Alts are high risk right now. So listen, shout out to the people that called me out in the YouTube comments, and now I'm calling you out. Here, I didn't sell Matic because I wasn't in it, but I did say, hey, here you go. Altcoin weather check. Got him. Aaron Rothschild stated this previously. Buy when there's blood in the streets. Here's the key now. Even if it's your own. So if you get wrecked, I've got a cryptocurrency trading group, and we go over a lot of different strategies. And this is an important idea because we'll talk about this in a second, V-shaped recoveries, oversold bounces. You can offset losses really quick. Let's say there was a 75% dump in Matic. Now I think it's about 50% lower, right? Well, what does that mean? That means there's a huge amount of upside potential. Now look, you get a 75% dump. It doesn't take much. It was up 98% at one point. You got up 98% bounce. Well, Chris, who's going to possibly get into a trade like that? Who's going to, possibly buy the bottom when there's all this fear and there's blood? And listen, oversold RSI, V-shaped recovery, 98% gains, huge profits. Check this out. Shout out to Rico in my trading group. He said, I got up at 4 a.m. to watch the show, 3 hours staring at the books. I don't complain. I almost doubled my portfolio today. Doubled his portfolio. That's huge. All in. I don't recommend going all in, but he did, and he did it well. Christmas came early. He said, cheers. I was real proud of my trading group. I had right after I finished the video, I had an emergency meeting with everybody, and everybody's already buying. Right? And this is a huge dip, and the volume was huge for Matic. And so the idea here, like I've got videos on V-shaped recoveries and oversold bounces. You can find them on YouTube, I'm sure. But this is huge. If you take a big hit in a bunch of these coins, my favorite days in 2018 by far were those double-digit red days. Because you get these oversold bounces, and you can make a ton of money very fast. 100%, 98% gains possible max here in 6 hours. Huge gains for Matic. So I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got chat groups where everybody's working together, calling out breakouts. I've got videos where if you don't know anything about trading this market, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. I post these profitable trading setups every single day. People come into this market, they need to be in the right coins, and I provide these setups on a daily basis. If you guys want to join the group, you want to pay in crypto payments are highly discounted, right? Keep in mind 30% discount if you pay for the year and an additional month for free. If you pay for 6 months, you get 20% off. If you pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description, but definitely it's time to think outside the box. If you are struggling in this market, let me help you. This is Poly up 25%. So I posted this yesterday. Matic price may drop. Looks like Binance's inside job, researchers say. There's all this talk about what's going on with Binance and is CZ in on this. And I saw this, the Matic Foundation transferred a huge amount of Matic to Binance, and potentially they sold it. The idea is there's a bunch of big sellers that started it off, and it was a chain reaction to stop losses, and it just dumped, right? Some people take profits. This was people taking profits across the board in altcoins and all IEOs on Binance quickly, right? And so they took a hit. Got to have stop losses in place to prevent situations like this. So here is, I asked everybody, what do you think the real cause of the Matic dump is? CZ says, our team is still investigating the data. The Matic team has nothing to do with it, apparently. There's a number of big traders that panic that caused a cycle. Going to be a tough call on how much an exchange should interfere with people's trading. And the guy from Matic actually publicly, and I thought this was interesting, publicly hit CZ up to state, hey, this was a nightmare, distress call. Everybody, there's a bunch of FUD out there. I'm not sure who's behind this. I don't know what's going on. Is this manipulation? We need a detailed analysis of this. And I'm thinking it's interesting that he posted this and contacted them publicly on Twitter. It's like, to me, it says, hey, everybody, look at this. Here's what we want you to know is going on. Here you go. Everything's fine. It's not us. I just kind of plant that seed with you guys. Like, this was coordinated, maybe. And then is CZ on it? Man, this stuff, crypto, never stops. The drama continues every day. It's crazy. Matic. Listen, I went to the Matic Telegram channel. They banned the word scam from the Telegram channel. So it's all this like delete. It's all deleted messages because you can't type the word scam in there, right? And everybody's just like, that's before, like happy faces, smileys, hearts, rainbows, pixies, Matic aftermath. It's like every time you type in scam, you had to type in scam, with periods in it, and it kept getting deleted, wrecked. Like one guy's like, hey, can you please comment why this chat group's history has been erased? Deleted. Admin, please control the members who are not strong with the team. Like everything just went chaotic with Matic. Going against the crowd. Let's talk about this. There's a lot of psychology in this market, right? And so everybody's fearful. Everybody's freaking out about Matic. And this is important. This happened to energy as well. Remember, 100% gains out of energy's big price drop. You have to retrain yourself to buy some red candles. There's risk involved here now. But I think there's way more risk not using a stop loss, right? But there's risk involved here, but these oversold bounces and V-shaped recoveries are huge. And so a contrarian investor, this is talking about going against the crowd. So if you go against the crowd, you're a contrarian investor, right? You're basically counter trading the herd. Contrarian investor believes that people who say the market is going up do so. Everyone's like, yeah, we're going to 100,000. This is it. They only do that when they're fully invested and they have no further purchasing power. At this point, the market is a good indication the market's at its peak. When people predict a downturn, potentially they have already sold out, at which point the market can only go up. So the idea is counter trading the herd. Okay, now listen, I know Warren Buffett's not big in crypto. I know probably you guys hate him. But dude, he's a billionaire for a reason. And he said this. He says, you pay a very high price in the stock market for a cheery consensus. What does that mean? And this is why my channel will never be 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. Because I have a tendency to go against the herd, go against the grain, right? I mean, you guys are followers of the channel because you appreciate that thinking outside the box equals success in crypto, period. Right? I mean, if everybody was right all the time, no one would make money. There's 5% of the people that make the most money in this market, okay? And then they go against what everybody else thinks. So again, you pay a very high price in the stock market for a cheery consensus. In other words, if everyone agrees with your investment decision, it's probably not a good one. That's huge. You've got to know that. You don't want to, if you ask everybody, hey, what should I do here? It's probably the wrong answer, right? You don't want to know what everybody else is doing, right? If you take a general consensus of everybody's talking about on YouTube, do the opposite and you'll trade better. You'll make more money. Believe it? Try it. Try it with a small amount. When your emotions tell you to do something, oh man, Matic is falling. Let me sell. Okay. Think, okay, this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to take $100. I'm going to buy Matic at the bottom. I'm just going to take a chance. Everybody says Matic's falling apart and it's an exit scam and it's over with. And you know what? I'm going to do something completely outside the realm of what I normally do. And I'm going to buy while everybody else is freaking out. Just try it in the future. Happens with Bitcoin. These oversold double-digit red days are golden. Risky, but again, if you don't have a stop loss in place, you're taking way more risk on a daily basis. If you're not taking profits, you're taking way more risk on a daily basis, right? So I just want to plant the seed with you guys because I know that success is behind this whole idea. Bitcoin price slides to 7,200 as the market sentiment turns bearish. You know what? Like at 7,200, you think it just flipped the switch and everything's bearish now? I mean, we're down 50% from all-time highs. You think the switch just flipped on? It's been bearish. 5-month downtrend, multi-month downtrend for Bitcoin. Tezos price tumbles 11% in just 24 hours. Yeah, people take profits. It's what they do. When there's a little bit of uncertainty in the market, when there's about to be a Bitcoin move, this triangle we've been talking about, we're running out of room here. The Bitcoin move is coming. Like these altcoins, people are taking profits a lot faster. You have to know that. You guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano X yet, the factory link is in the description. They also have a discounted price for the 2-pack as well, where you get a Ledger Nano X and a Ledger Nano S. Now, they just announced it. Ledger is going to let you earn cryptocurrency while you sleep with Tezos, XTZ. Ledger's going to now let you passively earn cryptocurrency through a process known as staking. So you hold your XTZ, and through Ledger Live, you'll be able to collect staking rewards from XTZ. So they just added this. This is the first coin ever that Ledger is supporting for this. So huge news for Ledger and Tezos. A lot safer, obviously. If you want to stake Tezos, staking it on the hardware wallet is going to be the safest way. Crypto, 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 crypto. This CEO of this exchange, I'm going to give him a shout out because he's Pete Wood of CoinBurp. CoinBurp. He's attempting to raise money for a homeless charity by saying the word crypto, 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 100,000 times. Listen, I'd probably get to 100 and my jaw would hurt. Bitcoin longs are rising rapidly today, but why is the price not moving? Longs are out of control, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look, we're up here. Huge. We're up here in this area. Huge. Like we barely ever been this high. Longs, this means people are looking for Bitcoin to head higher. What do they know? What are they doing here? Now, this is Bitfinex. BitMax is 50-50 either way. Everybody on Binance is 60% short. Again, these are completely wrong. Everybody's longs are low, price takes off. Longs are low, price takes off. Longs are higher, not this high, but higher, price dumps. Longs are higher, price dumps. Here we are. Longs, everybody's long. Why? Because the exchange, you know how much money it's going to cost Bitfinex if people are leverage trading with these longs? You know, so this is where that manipulation comes in. And you just have, like, do you counter trade this? Open interest. When open interest is really high, that means basically a lot of people have open positions, right? So when that happens, they're looking for a move. And you get a lot of big moves when that happens, right? So you can see open interest was high, Bitcoin dropped. 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 Open interest pumped. You know, again, it could go either way. You probably go up in the bull market and it'll work both ways, right? And so here, open interest is pretty high. Bitcoin dropped in price. So right now, the open interest is climbing, but it's not super high. So potentially, we've got some sideways action ahead of us. Let's see what happens. Shark Tank's Mark Cuban disses Bitcoin once again. I was like, Mark Cuban, he said, Bitcoin is too difficult to use, too easy to hack, way too easy to lose, too hard to understand, too hard to assess its value. He said it's too much work for the normal person to understand. Not like you don't have these, like a credit card offer comes in the mail, you sign up for the card and boom, they want it to make it easy for you to get in debt, right? Bitcoin, it's tough to get into this market. The irony here is Mark Cuban, he's a billionaire. He owns the Dallas Mavericks NBA team, and he accepts Bitcoin as a payment option for his NBA team. Irony. Nike receives a patent to tokenize shoes on the Ethereum blockchain. Nike stated that it intends to generate unique IDs, and it's going to create ERC 721 tokens for some shoes. People can unlock these tokens by purchasing physical shoes, and these tokens are going to be linked with unique owner IDs. Now they're looking at ideas where the creators of these shoes could limit how many copies of their proprietary shoes can be cloned and produced, but Nike patents shoe tokenization on Ethereum. Huge. JPMorgan plans to launch a blockchain network in Japan early 2020. Listen, crypto's got to step it up. Like JPMorgan and JPM Coin, like they got more bank partnerships than Ripple, and this just started recently. JPM, I'm telling you, these traditional corporations, they have that familiar names that people can, potentially dealt with in the past. So they definitely have an advantage. This is VeChain, Bluebyte, and the Fine Art Ledger. So they're unlocking end-to-end transparency with the security of a blockchain. So essentially, there's this Fine Art Ledger that's working with VeChain, and it's going to allow for art engagement, management, sales. You could transfer own fractional interest in the work of arts. So yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. And again, great to see VeChain in the news again. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.